Welcome to my channel once again. In this video I want to share with you how you can do simple do it yourself car maintenance on your car, or car checks. And I've joined with my assistant of today, and we're gonna start with the
engine,
an SUV. So what you're gonna see, this one has an independent suspension. To be precise, it's a Forester. So I'm gonna show you how you can check for things that need replacement and things that need that kind of check. It has about 1,000 to 2,000 kilometers to service, but it's good just to check in advance so that we can be able to take care of those things, and that will be a good thing. So today is a free day. Normally I don't get a free day, and that's why we are doing this. And because it's CBC, I got this guy with me. And we're gonna do this, and we're gonna show you the entire process. It's very easy, it's very simple. You're gonna like it. So the first thing we want to do is to check the brakes, the bushes, and we have this tire here that we are being told to use temporarily
because it's a spare tire.
And it's important for us to check and see if the brakes and the suspension components are good. And then once we do that, I'm going to be running the engine for 10 minutes so that we can also be able to check the engine oil, and also we can check the other fluids, and we see what needs to be taken care of. We're also going to check the air filter, and we're going to be good to go. So join us as we do this. As you can see, we've put a tire under the car just to make sure if anything goes wrong with this jack, we are good. We don't have to call for help. And my son here has brought in the tools. So let us remove this tire, and then we're gonna check out those components. So I think, yeah, take it up. We've already loosened those nuts, so we are good to go. You start by losing the nuts, and then you can do the rest. So in the spirit of CBC, there's my son struggling with it, but we are good. So we have loosened this. You can just do it by hand now as he raises it up. No, I think it's left a gap, so we are good. You can leave it there.
Okay.
Yeah. So now let's remove this, and then we can check out what's happening behind there. I'm also going to show you the tools you need. Not very complicated. If you don't have those tools, then you may have a challenge.
Yes.
But for me, I've been buying them just one. No pressure, because this is not my main thing. Eh? Yeah. So you're gonna remove this. I'm a mini baby. Okay. Just hold it so that we don't have an issue. Okay. Yeah. So take it away. Put it on this wall so that it can rest there. All right. So place the nuts where they won't get lost. So that's the bush, one of the bush that we are checking out. You also have an opportunity to check on the boots. That's the drive shaft boots. You can also look at the rotor and these other things. You can look at these are the links here. You can check out that, but normally it will just show visually, so you don't need to stress yourself. So we've already seen this bush has a problem, so we'll have to replace that. So let me check the shock not leaking, so it seems to be in good shape. So as you can see, we have identified one issue there, so we're gonna attend to this bush. We're gonna get a replacement, and then to replace. So the next thing is to check out on these brake pads, and for that we need a what?
A size 17.
So what you need is something like this. These are the best spanners for you to be able to sort out your issues.
So we are going to open it up.
Yeah. So in other words, you need a size 17. You need to know the sizes before you do that, and I prefer this kind of spanner because it's closed on one end, it's open. Normally the nuts will give you a problem, or the bolts, so you normally use the closed size. This avoids rounding. This open side rounds bolts and nuts.
12 seconds later.
Let me let me start off the engine to run for 10 minutes as I check on the brake pads, and then we're going to check on the oil and other issues, na tutakuwa tuko sawa. Yeah, so we've started the engine. It runs for 10 minutes, and then I check on the brake pads as that happens. So the bolt that we are interested in is this one here. This is the bolt we are interested in, and it's a size 17. And then we have another one. Where is it? Yeah, below here. So these ones, when you open them, you can be able to access the brake pad. So let me do that, and then we'll be good.
Has it budged?
Yeah, it has budged.
Nice.
There it is. So that one is loosened. So we are loosening this direction. So this is where the problem is. Let's see if we can make it budge. Wow, this one is crazy, man. This one is not budging at all. Well, now I can hit myself.
Yeah.
I think you should need to come this other side. It is budging. It has budged.
But watch that piece of metal.
Yeah?
Watch
No,
that.
there's no problem. That's why you need very strong spanners. These ones have already taken a beating. so we are good now. I almost thought it's not gonna budge. I'm like, we started shooting a video and then we're gonna have to quit.
Yeah.
This is so funny. What we are doing here also applies in the back tire. Sindio?
Totally.
Yeah, but we're gonna just check it. Oh,
Safety.
so there we have. You can see the kind of washer that was giving us a problem.
A cracked washer.
No, it's not cracked. That's the design.
Oh.
We've loosened those two. Once you loosen those two,
You just pull it out.
it's easy for you to get it out. And then it's heavy. You just place it here. You can place it there on top so that it just sits there. Then you pick one of the parts and look at it. You can also get an opportunity to look at the rotor, see how it is, and that will be good.
Yeah.
And then I can also just unlock the handbrake to make my work easier.
12 seconds later.
Yeah, so a few sweats later,
Yeah.
we have removed the pads. I'm gonna get to that, but the engine has already run for 10 minutes. So let's get into that and see what we need to check out for. So for the chloride batteries, they've got a green indicator, this one here. So just make sure it is green. That's good enough. You can also just visually inspect this belt. It shouldn't have cracks and all that, so I've just checked it out. Looks good. We have these places are hidden, so this is the coolant whatever reservoir. Just check on it, as if you can see very keenly. Let me just hold this here. This is the full mark, and let me move this. Yeah, and you can see it is there, so that is good. This is the washer. We don't need to check that, but it's good to top it up. And then we're going to be checking the air filter here. The brake fluid is there. You also just visually check. What I like to do is just shake it. When you shake it, you will just see the level of fluid. So let's check on the what? Let's check on the engine oil. So for the engine oil, you have this here. It's written engine oil. Nilete ile kuna kitamba ya white hapo, ile wipe. Yeah, so there we go. So let's look at it. You can see the oil is in between those two dots. It's not black, so that's good. Able, hold for me this, so you shoot that. So what we do is just wipe this, make sure there are no fluffs remaining, and then we dip it in again. Just make sure you're shooting so that people can see how we're doing this. My goodness, it's not showing anything. That's very interesting.
Try to shake it when it's in there.
Should we leave the engine to cool down?
Yeah, maybe.
So we have a very interesting situation here where the oil is not showing its level. So let me give it a few minutes and then I check it out and also confirm if I'm doing it right. In the meantime, grab me a screwdriver.
Okay.
So that we check the air filter. Now that engine oil is not showing up because I've run the car. The car was sitting overnight.
Yeah.
I've run it for 10 minutes. That means that the oil has gone into the engine components, and so that may be a problem in terms of showing the level. So I'm gonna let it also just sit for another 10 minutes, something like that, and then we're gonna check it out. In the meantime, let's check out the air filter and then we're gonna continue with our checks. Yeah, so to check the air filter, what we need to do is there is this screw here connects to this. We have these two clips. Show them these two clips. We have these two clips. We need to loosen that, but what you will realize, it won't give you much space to get the filter out. So what we do is loosen this. Oops, that's crazy.
Yeah.
If this car was a pit, we would be in problems. So you just leave it there. You don't need to remove the whole of it. Then you can remove that. Once you remove that, you now have a very big gap here. So you just get this thing out. Let me unloosen it completely. So you lift it up. This is the sad condition of my air filter. It's dusty, so that means we need to replace this. The good thing is that we are approaching service, but we don't need to wait for service. You know, the car needs good air so that it can work well. You can see we are clean here, behind here, so meaning the air filtration system is working good. So you check this. As long as it doesn't please you, it's dirty, you can always have it replaced and you can do it yourself.
Yeah.
So let's return it. And then we continue to do the other things. My goodness, these things, sometimes they can become a pain. Yeah, so it needs to fit in there.
Completely.
Yeah, it needs to completely fit in. If it doesn't fit in, there is a problem. So we need to check the gaps and all that. Okay, you can lock that. lock that, and then
Go back there.
oh,
The
wait.
rubber.
Yep. So this one is a good thing. We just need to move it again where it was there, and then make sure just we lock it the way it was. So this is another tool you need, screwdrivers. This one of mine is 2, so you have a flat. When you turn it around, you have a star. Though I have others, I still have a star, and I have a flat head. Yeah, so that is it. Let me just make sure it has fitted well. Yep. So this is the oxygen sensor or air sensor for that matter. Good. So you can put that there. Let's see. It's been around 10 minutes. Let's see if there's any change. If there's no change, then we've been driving with very low oil. And it will need topping up. Yeah, so the oil is at the low mark. That means the engine is consuming oil, and so I need to top it up, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So let me do a final check. It's more than 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna be convinced. I can't believe it. Yeah, this one needs a top up. It needs to be anywhere between these 2 dots, and that is not the case. I've tried looking around because
For
I
the
normally
oil?
have some leftover oil, but I'm not seeing any. So it means when I pass by an outlet that sells those, I'm gonna get maybe a liter and come and top up, and yeah, that's it. Because also oil expires, so I think I've seen one that I have here. It has expired. I have a container of oil. So again, I'm not so sure if it's because I normally use 5W something, so I'm not so sure if it's 5W, but I've been using 5W. So, but just for my peace of mind, I'm gonna just do what we call a top up from a fresh container, and then that will also help me in terms of if something remains, I'm gonna use it the next time. So let's move to the next thing. Let's check on the brake pads that we left hanging, and then it will be good. So that's what you do, just as simple as that. So the car is telling me I need oil. Every other thing is okay. We are soon doing service, so that's a good thing. We check the filter. The filter is telling me I need a new filter. The brake fluid is okay. So let's check on that, and everything is going to be okay. Yeah, so back to the brake pads. Oh, the good thing with brake pads, you can just inspect them from here. You don't need to remove them. But if you want to remove, you just push it from either here or here, because this is the pad, this is the pad. So the pad is showing me there is normally a gap here, a ridge, showing me it still has some life left in it. So I don't think we need to bother with the brake pads. Yeah, so we just return them. Yeah, it's as simple as that. So just return it in place. This was the top bolt. You have to show them nicely what I'm doing so that they can learn. My goodness, why am I not getting a fit? Yeah, I think now we've got it. Once you get it, go home and dry. no pressure. So let's try to get the lower one, and then everything will be okay.
Well, it's shutting down.
What?
It's shutting down.
Let it shut now. Let shut down. So you have to make sure that tighten the thing. The two bolts. You know the lower one is just moving, so I'm thinking what's up. Kumbe it's still not yet tight. So then after this,
Yeah.
what you will do, these guys, they tied this thing with a zip tie. Uko ndani?
No wonder.
We've never tackled that steering thing.
Yeah.
So
It's the zip tie. Just try to get a good vision of what we are doing here.
so that one is tight. Oh, that is loosening. We try to get it as tight as possible.
You don't want any brake discs falling.
No. I think that's good enough. Yeah, so that's good enough. Be done. So let's get the tire back on.
Yeah.
A few moments later.
The phone went off. Oh, you're using my assistant's phone. So you just tighten them by hand, and then we do a bit of spanner. Oh, there must be one knot. It has disappeared somewhere.
I put them on the rings.
Yeah, I think it fell.
And muddy.
It has some gravel. When you do this kind of work, you have to prepare to get your skin cut. You need to use mechanical gloves, which I don't have.
There's some. The problem is we only have 2 gloves in the kit.
No, those are medical. You need mechanical.
Not cleaner, not medical.
So you just tighten this by hand. Then we're gonna lower that. That's it. So that's something like changing a tire should really be not more than 10 minutes.
Completely.
Yeah. Should be a very
Because you
easy
just
thing.
remove the spare. Then now you remove the. Then now you jack the cap.
Yep.
You remove the bad one. Put in the good one.
So I think we're good enough. Now let's tighten these things up. So this is my torque wrench, the leg. I was rating these things according to torque.
Yeah.
But we've never had drama with this torque.
Never.
We've never had a tire running away. So this torque wrench works
Perfectly.
The natural God-given torque wrench.
That was really
That
loose
one
there.
is good enough.
Car's kind of shaking.
Yep. There's a lot of force here, man. think that's good enough. Yeah. So we checked the bonnet, we checked the front suspension. We know what needs to be taken care of. Now we're gonna check the rear suspension, and then we're gonna be done. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Alright, let's come and do this. Let me get this. So make sure you give good distance and what? So that you're not blurring.
The cam.
Yeah, if you're blurring the video, don't be of any use. So this jack is used for Outback, Forester, Impreza, and XV.
Only.
So let's come here. Just for safety purposes, we have this piece of wood just to give us that extra
Size.
extra height. Maybe half an inch. What do you think it is? Half an inch? No, I don't think we check this as a car.
An inch.
I'm feeling
A
like
whole
I'm
inch.
tired. Tutaangalia gari ingine kweli?
Okay. But maybe first we rest a
So
bit.
you have to also make sure you check where you are jacking. I know where I'm supposed to jack it. That's why I'm just doing it by hand. You need to check below. The jack has
Sort
something,
of
it has like a ridge, a groove. So that's where it's supposed to
one side is so the
to
metal
fit.
is made one side lower, one side higher by a centimeter.
Yep. So we need the jack. Let me pick the jack. Not the jack, the spanner. So we just have security. Oh, so I've got my lock nut there. Goodness, I don't think we'll get some time and look at this other car later.
Yeah.
I think once we are done with this,
Maybe like
it'll be extremely
3 o'clock.
not 3 o'clock. 2 o'clock I got another business.
Oh.
Church business. So I'm lucky that we have this morning. So if you tightened it by foot,
You'll remove it
loosen
by foot.
by leg. But generally, we are just showing you what you can be able to check on your
Car.
SUV, because SUVs mostly are all-wheel drive and the independent suspension. So that's what we are doing. Oh my, that one still needs a lock nut. Sometimes you reach a point you have to keep reminding yourself, does it go clockwise? Does it go
Counterclock.
anti-clockwise? Something like that. Oh my. So here we are. Let's go up. You know these jacks have to be greased.
Completely.
So what I had done, I had put a stone on the other tire, the rear tire, the other side. So I need to put a stone on the front tire just for more security, because we're gonna be
I almost forgot I removed that.
yeah. This one is just for cosmetics. So let's remove this tire. Make sure you capture it nicely.
Yeah.
Because I'm teaching you how to work on cars and how to shoot videos. Huh?
Completely.
So that's one bolt done. For one nut. It's another one. It's another one. So you have to jack it up till the wheel goes off the ground. Because if it's on the ground, you will not be able to do some things. Oh, this one is heavy. Are you ready?
Yes.
So come. Come and we shoot these systems. Come. Doing this, that, and that. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the rear suspension component, the rear drive and suspension component. We're gonna also check the pads here, and yeah. So we have links. We have let's start. Where do we start from? So when I look at this, just come here. When I look at this one seems to be okay, but in the medium term future, we're gonna need to maybe take it apart and see how it looks like. I'm also looking here. Doesn't look bad. I'm looking where this one has an issue, so it needs to be replaced. Are you showing them this?
Yeah.
Is my hand there?
Yes.
Yeah, so this one has to be replaced. I can see it's cracked. The shock looks good. Can you show them this?
The D-bush.
This D-bush, just like the front one, needs to be replaced. So we have one. We have this other bush that is hidden here. This one that takes care of this upper arm. The beauty is when we are dealing with this upper arm, we'll look at this. We'll look at these two, and then we'll confirm whether this one has an issue or not. But I see it's okay. The one that has an issue is this one, so we have to replace this, and I think this one looks okay. This one looks like it will need replacement in the days to come. Just a tiny bit of crack there. Okay, good.
A few moments later.
We have checked and we see that the 3 bushes need attendance. This one for the upper arm, and then we have this D bush, and then we have this link that has a bush there. This one I've said we will need to replace it, but in the days to come. Yeah, so as I was working on the rear, it just hit me that I've been using 5W 30 or 40 for a while. So I remembered that this container, the reason why I removed this cover was because I put 5W40. In the other container, it's because I put the other oils that are maybe 15W mineral and all that. But for this one, the ones that remained are here. So let's do a top up and then we're gonna be good. So yeah. Yeah. That's mom over there. Yeah. So looking, just doing supervision. Eh? Yeah. So, are you showing?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is where we put the engine oil. They recommend 0W20. I'm putting in 5W30 or 40, and then Yeah, so here we are. Chatuone. Am I gonna be able to aim? Jeez. Let's see if we can aim. I need a funnel. So this is synthetic. Let's see if that has worked. I learned something about this. Maybe you are buying a diesel car and you need to check if the engine has issues. Maybe it's seeping coolant or something else or whatever. You run the engine as this is open, then you will see some air coming out. So let's see what is happening. Aha, you can see we are up. We can decide to run it again,
Okay.
and then we see what happens. Now where is my rag? I think I need to get
The
that
rag.
rag, but I can see it has come up a bit. So let me try to run it, and then we can do the check. We go to the rear. We go to the rear. So we'll go to the rear, run the engine a bit, and then just come and confirm that what I'm seeing is what it is. Along. Yeah. So here we've decided to run it again, and there it is. Maybe for another 10 or so minutes, and then as we work on that, we'll be able to know if that has fixed it. But it's a long day. I'm already tired. After this, I'm going to take a shower and attend to church business. So let's go to the house. All right. So I've always thought that I've always known that, what do we call it? The brake system that has the pads
Yeah.
uses size 14 spanners, but as you can see, we use size 17 in the front, and we are now going to use 14 here. This one I'm sure is 14, so let me just get the 14. Again, remember,
Locked.
closed end, open end, and get a cool quality one, because sometimes you may need to do a hit. You've seen how the front one gave us trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to. Sasa hii inafunguka ikienda direction gani tena? Is that opening or closing?
It's just the same as the front.
No, it's loosening as we go. So yeah, so it opens going to the front. So we have it's a similar setup like the front. We have a nut on top, a bolt. So disclaimer, look at me. Disclaimer, this is do it yourself. What that means is I'm doing what I know. So I'm not qualified to give an opinion. That's disclaimer. So, but what I know is cars are not complicated. They are very easy to deal with. Sindio?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're easy to deal with if you just take your time and study them. Now these rear ones don't have a washer like the front. I don't know what that is all about.
Yeah.
But anyway, how you find it is how you
Use
leave it. I think I need a ratchet, man.
a ratchet.
A ratchet is easy. I wouldn't need to be removing my spanner. You know, I have to keep locking it in, and sometimes it's not locking itself in. So in a similar setup, you have a bolt on top and a bolt below, which you all need to loosen. So again, while you're behind here, check the boots. The boots seem to be okay. Then I'm gonna release the handbrake. I hope I released it. I'm gonna have to check. Have we run for 10?
Inaonyesha hapa 37.
No, the engine.
Yeah.
So we've run for 10.
Yeah.
So I loosened the handbrake. No wonder this is slightly easier. Again, you just look at it. They have the ridges. You can remove it if you want. I don't need to remove it because I already know how it looks like. So the ridges are still there, so we still have some life in them, and that's good. So we don't need to fix this. What we need to fix here are the bushes, and then that's it. So you just, once you do that, just nicely return it to position. If it's becoming a headache, you just do this. Oh my god, it's got itself out of position. So let me position it again. The one that is, so what I can do, let me remove this. These things are not hard, they are not scary. Just like I've already positioned this one that is on the side of the drum. That's the one that was bringing a problem. I think I need a screwdriver or what. Okay, that one is back in. So you have a hole this other side. It's supposed to help you deal with that kind of scenario. So let me just get a, and then I push it a bit in. So you push it in like that so that you have space, and then you get this back. So it's just an easy thing. Just position them in and you're done. My goodness, it's giving me a hard time. So let me position it there, and then I can try to, so one side is in. Let's see if we can get the other side in. This is why sometimes I don't like these. Aha, they're finally in. So let me try to separate them, and then nicely, slowly get it back in position. My goodness, this thing keeps getting out of position. Okay, good. Yeah, so you always have to have a trusty screwdriver, and then you will not have a headache. I think I'm also just a bit tired. Yeah, so this side is good. You start by hand, then you come back to this other side. It's also in. Oh my. Man. So what I've decided to do is pull in this tire so that I can sit on it. So that tells you that this is not an easy job. Okay. Nice. So now we can tighten this. So with simple tools, cheap tools. Okay, not really cheap, like they are not costly because I buy them a tool at a time. You can be able to do so much. You can be able to save so much. My reasoning is that if I would have gone for somebody to do it for me, I would have been charged. So I pay myself by buying a tool. And today, so I'm gonna buy one tool which I've already bought to cover for the costs for doing this. And it's not hard like you've seen. So this one is already in. Go down. The beauty is even this shock absorber, you can fix it. It's not that complicated. Because you can be able to get in the car, remove the bolts and nuts down here and also in the car, and you have it free and you can be able to work on it. Let me just confirm that it is moving. Let me use this open side first, maybe faster. Then I put it in the closed side. What do you think?
Yeah.
Any tips you got? No tip, eh?
Yeah.
For now. But you're usually very tipful, eh? Good. So today is all about mechanical check. So once we are done with this, we're gonna check the engine and then we come and put the wheel back. And I think that should do it for today or for this video. Hey. Okay, so that one also needs to be made tight. So next time we're gonna go through the same struggle.
Completely.
I think that's good. Oops, I think I'm unlocking.
Yeah.
Good enough. We also hit this one maybe 1 or 2 times. I think that's good enough. Eh?
Yeah.
So let's put on the handbrake and then we go to the front. Let's go to the front. No, I need something like wipe. So here we are. You can see we've just gone just slightly above the last hole. I hope you can see it. Can you see it? There's a hole here.
Yeah.
So we are now almost there. So let me just add a bit and then we check it again. And I think with that we should be okay. Man, what a day.
Yeah.
So again we do our aiming skills. just a little bit remaining. Maybe I should just pour it all.
Yeah.
Because when we do service, we may remain with some next time.
By the way, I have a question.
Yes.
When the oil goes above the dot, what happens?
You have overfilled the engine. The engine won't run well.
Oh.
Between the two marks, that's the optimum. So if you're over, that's too much oil. The engine won't run. Remember, it has to pump the oil around the engine. And then when it's too low, you're gonna have overheating problems, and there's a likelihood that you're gonna fry your engine.
Nice.
Oh my God. You can see we are up a bit. We are now exactly in the middle. So I like that. We are now somewhere good. Yeah. So that's good. I think I'm happy with that. We don't need to fry our
The
engine.
engine.
What are we gonna do? We got a good engine. So I've tightened that. I just have a drop. And you've seen, we've just added a bit. I don't even think we did a liter, maybe half a liter, maybe 300 ml, between 300 and 500. And that one sorted the issue. So this one remains. If something remains when we do service, we're gonna also add it into the bank. So I hope we are not leaving any tool here. But we checked everything. We are happy. The only thing I haven't checked is automatic transmission oil and the plugs. That one is a bit of work. I think we'll try to do it in another video. So,
Did you forget that this is a CVT?
it is, but you need to check it.
Yeah.
This is Africa. So that means we're gonna use it in a way that may be detrimental to the flight. Yeah. So let's wrap these up. We need to get the tire back on so that we can close this matter. So there we go. You try to put these nuts back across. Like if I start with this one is not even working. Okay. Then I also do the opposite side. So there are 5, or they're not 5,
There are 5 holes.
So I do like 2 on one side and 1 on the other side. Then that one is okay. And then we also just gonna press the brake pedal to remove vacuum and to make sure that the brake fluid settles in. So that because we've interfered with the brakes so much today, so we just need to make sure that everything fits in nicely. So one of them now is for the lock nut. You can do the lock nut here. Oh man, what a day.
Yeah.
I'm literally tired. From here I do a shower and go and attend to ministry responsibilities.
I'm literally frying out here.
The cameraman, my assistant stroke cameraman, is frying out here. Things are thick. Where did you put the thing that tightens this?
Check in the trunk.
In the
Trunk.
So this kind of work really messes up your skin and hands. So it's not for everybody. But if you like to work with your hands, then this is a grand opportunity. Yeah. Things are are settling down. So we can tighten those. Then we call it a day. It's always good to tighten from opposite ends. So if I tighten down here, it should come this side. And also do the same. Remember, it's 1, 2. Then these others. So having tightened them like that, the next thing is to do the talking. So we've got our way of talking these things. That's not a good angle. Let's try that. Then I go the opposite side. Then I come here.
When doing this, do less than a 90-degree angle.
Yeah, you can do that, but right now I just want to get it over with. You see, even this thing is not cooperating. And it's just supposed to be a quick fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So let's also give it some torque. This one you don't over tighten, because if this one gets stuck in, you're gonna be in problems. So let's do what we call, maybe you can come this side.
Okay.
Yeah. Just come that side. So now, so after messing around, you make sure you come and make sure that you do this on your brake, so that you remove the vacuum and also you enable the brake fluid to spread evenly. Then also my handbrake, this is the best time to tighten it again. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's good enough. So let's call it a day.
Okay.
So see you in the next one. It was me and my assistant, my son, and we are happy to bring to you what you can do at home. So we know what needs to be fixed on the suspension system. The only thing we haven't looked at is the spark plugs. And what else did I mention?
The spark plugs.
I think the spark plugs and the transmission and the differential. Those are the only things we haven't checked. So another time, God willing, we'll be able to show you how to check the differential oil, transmission oil, and the spark plug. That one requires its own time. That's why I haven't tackled it today. I've just tackled the things that are top. And then in another video, we're going to show you how to do it on a front wheel drive, which has rear drum brakes. And you're going to appreciate that they all have their strengths and weaknesses. All the engineers are working hard just to make sure it is easy for you to diagnose and fix some of these problems. So with that, see you in the next one. We wish you well. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye.